I just told you guys so much. I just told you guys so much about my life, and I was muted the whole time. You'd think I'd learn. I've been live 30 days in a row. You'd think I'd know to unmute my mic. However, I don't know whether I should go back and recap for you what I said or whether I just let it ride. I told you guys some very vital information. I told you guys some very important stuff. I feel like "you're muted" is the number one sentence of 2020, 2021, and 2022 between the Zooms, the StreamYards, everything. What I told you guys is that I'm in the same sweatshirt as I was yesterday, so sue me, and then I let you guys know that it's wildly stained, and I stained it the first day I got it. I got this for Black Friday from Old Navy. Super excited about it, and for some reason, I don't know whether it's the camel color or what, it's just so fucking stained everywhere. That's what I said. It was really important. I wanted to do a best of show today. See a lot of like best 10 best TV shows of the year, 10 best movies of the year, 10 best songs of the year, blah, 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 blah. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think we're going to talk about all of that as well. Tell me what your favorite show was, the best show, the best movie, the best song, the best artist, the best celebrity. But I also want to talk about your best. What was your best day at work? What was the best thing that happened to you this year? The best person in your life this year, the best place that you went, the best thing that you did, the best accomplishment you had. What were your bests of the year? I'm going to talk about mine as well. I told you guys I watched that movie Stutz, Jonah Hill interviewing his therapist, and like really fucked with me, not in a bad way, in a good way. I've been really trying to shift my mindset going into 2023. What am I grateful for? Because grateful is a state of being, not just an individual. Grateful for this, grateful for this. If you have enough things, you're just a grateful person. Before I get into any of the bests, though, I woke up this morning to the news that Ben Rayner had passed away. Oof. Ben Rayner's been in here every day for the last 30 days with us, or for a lot of the days. Ben Rayner has been a rock star for years. And I heard that he died in his sleep. And I was so fucked up. I was going to go live early today. And I just felt so fucked up about it. I couldn't believe it. What a awesome, sweet guy. And he's in here the other day. I was like, he was just in here. He was just chatting with all of us. He was just sending Streamlabs. I can tell you guys the last thing that he sent was December 28th, 2 days ago. He said, "Hey, Roxy, thanks for the show. I'm a little under the weather. I'm curious when you're under the weather, what's your go-to comfort movie? I'm already starting to turn the corner, just looking for a good movie." You guys remember he said Turn Corbett, just looking for a good movie. And I said to him, "What's Turn Corbett?" And then he let us know it's Turn the Corner. Oh gosh. And I was just this morning, I went back through different messages I've received from him in different platforms over the year. 3 days prior to that, he sent in, "Hi Roxy, the lion menorah reminds me of Elaine's Christmas card, the episode of Seinfeld. If you haven't seen it, it's really funny. Look it up. Hope it was a good Hanukkah for you. Thank you for giving us a show daily." then on the 23rd, he sent in, "Hi, Roxy. Here's a little Hanukkah guilt for you. Hopefully, Glenn gets well soon. Miss him around here." And then remember, I gave him shit for that one too. I said Hanukkah guilt. Everybody in the chat was like, he obviously meant guilt. And he was just wishing Glenn a speedy recovery. And yeah, he's been here all month. On the 19th, he sent in, "Hi, Roxy. Happy second day of Hanukkah. My favorite Nolan movies are non-Batman. The Prestige and Batman is Batman Begins. He's a great director." And I remember I gave him shit for that one too. I said, favorite Nolan movies are non-Batman, The Prestige and Batman's Batman Begins. I was like, what a weird way to phrase that. I was always kind of ribbing him, and he was such a fucking great sport about it. On the 17th, he sent in and he said, "This guy sounds like a real D-bag and an ass. Sorry about it. Also loving Fishgate 2022. Don't eat the fish." He was talking about the guy I went on a date with. On the 16th, he sent in some big support. He said, "Hey, Roxy, super happy you didn't eat the fish and you're not sick. Room temperature fish is never good. Freezing might help, but I still wouldn't eat it. Stay away from the fish. Maybe name that fish." On the 15th, he sent in, "Hi, Roxy. Use this for food. Do not eat fish." I did that all morning. I went back and back and back. And I just don't get it. I was on last week on Thursday. You guys know I went on a date with that guy who everything happens for a reason, and we pick our parents and we pick the way we're going to die. And I couldn't disagree with that more. And I think that it's a very privileged perspective. However, to each their own. But I remember he asked me, he was like, why do some things happen? Like if there's a why for everything. And I just don't agree. And it doesn't mean that you can't agree and you might have good reason, but sometimes there might be reason that we can't see. And, when I was watching Stutz and they talk about how this guy, as a kid, it's a cloudy day and he says to his dad, "There's so many clouds," and they're going on a plane. And the dad's like, "Once we get through the clouds, there will be a sun." And the kid can't see that there's a sun there because all he sees is clouds. And he doesn't know what's beyond the clouds because he can't see it. He's skeptical of his dad. And finally, he breaks through the clouds in the plane and there's the sun. And it was always there. He just couldn't see it. And I think that there's a lot of things to life we don't know. You have to be incredibly arrogant to think you have all of the answers. But some things just shouldn't happen. It feels wrong. And waking up to the news that he was gone, I was just like, how? He said 2 days ago, he said he was a little under the weather. And I went and checked his Twitter today. And 2 days ago, he was like, "I haven't been sick in 4 years. I'm a little bit sick." And then he dies in his sleep. And it's like, I'm sure we'll know more information at some point. Who the fuck knows what happened? Health complications or what? But it's what a genuine, kind person. And what a supportive, beautiful person. And he was here all of the fucking time. And I feel like he was kind of a little bit of an unsung hero of the show because you guys know there's people that pop in all the time that I reference on the show often. Jimmy and Jake and Cena and there's several of you guys that I feel like I that I don't know that like I reference more often because a lot of you guys open up to me more. And Ben was much more he was a little quiet sometimes, and he sent in Streamlabs all the time. He wrote in the chat, but he asked more questions about other people, not than the people I just named. I'm just saying, like, in general, his demeanor was very, very sweet and kind and soft and caring. And I feel like I just hope that he felt loved by the communities he was a part of. I know that he had just done a show with Christian Harloff for Christian's Patreon, and I know that he was a fan of a lot of different people in this space, and I hope that he felt that support back because he really was a staple in this community, and he wasn't spoken about that much because he was just so consistent and um yeah, I just been thinking about him all day, and I can't fucking believe he's gone. I can't believe he was here every day for this show. And 2 days ago, he said, "I'm just feeling a little under the weather. What movies do you watch when you're under the weather?" And he said, "I'm turning the corner." Just brutal, brutal. I've seen a lot of love and support for him today, and I don't know. You guys know I'm not a believer in God or whatever, but I do believe in energy of some kind. And when you die, your body immediately loses it's like several ounces of weight, and scientists deem that to kind of be your soul. And I hope that, however or wherever his soul is, whatever that is, it feels loved and supported by us and seen by us. And I hope that he knew how important he was in this space and on the planet. So, thinking of Ben Raynor's loved ones, to you guys who were close with him, who hung out with him, who were on Zooms with him, who chatted with him in here, or on Discords or Patreons or Zooms or any of that. I think everybody believes that he was a really, really great guy. And yeah, so I know that's not the best of, but I couldn't start the show without talking about him. And I feel that, I guess the larger message being that if you're here all the time, even if you're here sometimes, I notice you and I give a fuck about you, and other people in here notice you and give a fuck about you, and you matter, and you're important, and you're making a difference in my life and in other people's lives, and you're a part of a community. And whether I shout your name out every time or sometimes, or whether you do Streamlabs in or super chat in or you chat alongside or you're just lurking, everybody matters here. And I hope everybody feels seen in that way. Okay, let's get to some of the Streamlabs. Let's get to some of the best of, and let's definitely dedicate this show to Ben, who is a great guy who liked to talk about entertainment and always wanted our tips and what we were watching and stuff. So we will be thinking about you, not just today, but all the time. Okay, going into the Streamlabs, you guys know, queen of really shit transitions. I'm so sorry that some of my transitions are not as sensitive as they should be. It's hard when you do a roller coaster show like this one. It is December 30th, which means I've been live 30 days in a row. I told you guys I would be here throughout the holiday season. Thank you guys for being here. Jake Iacovetto, the first Streamlabs of the day, he sent this in, I saw an hour ago. He said, "Rest in peace to Ben Raynor. He passed away peacefully in his sleep last night and will definitely be missed in the community." Absolutely. ZB in the Streamlabs says, "May 2023 bring good health to our rock stars and Worldfriend community." Oh boy, do I fingers on that one, thinking about Glenn constantly right now. And, it was so interesting last night. I went to actually one of my, I feel like, best moments of the entire year was going to Winston's last night for Kwanzaa. And I was feeling better, and I was like, okay, so I'm good, and I'm gonna go to Kwanzaa. Winston invited me to Kwanzaa at his house, and I've never gone to celebrate Kwanzaa before, and it was just such a fucking beautiful holiday. Holy shit, I loved learning about Kwanzaa. I was so grateful to Winston for including me in that, because you guys know how important the best way to learn anything is to experience it. And oftentimes we don't open up our cultures to other people because out of fear or necessity or whatever. But it was so cool to be invited to that. And also, last year for Hanukkah, I had Brad Gilmore and Farah here, and I got to have them have their first Hanukkah, and we lit the candles, and I explained everything. And they've often referenced to me, and they said, um, that was so beautiful, and thank you so much for including me. And I was so happy to be able to have that with them. And so anyway, going to Kwanzaa this year was just awesome, and learning about the 7 different principles and the different candles that you're lighting and what each of them mean. And then the cool part is that we kind of all spoke about each one of those and how they're relevant to our life. And it was fucking great. It was really great. But as we were there, one of the things we were talking about was community. And Winston said to me, because they all know how much I care about you guys. And Winston said to me, and we haven't spoken about it. And he was speaking to the group and he was like, Roxy, I saw that Glenn is not doing well. You must be really hurting right now. I hope you're okay. And I've been thinking about him because I know you've been thinking about him. And that really mattered to me because I was like, this is my people. Both of these, the rock stars and the world friends are my people. And then the people at Winston's house are my people. And while Glenn might not necessarily be in Winston's streams all the time, Winston knows of Glenn because Glenn is such a pillar here. And he knows how much I care about that. So he in the middle of talking about Kwanzaa, that was like what he referenced about me. And I was like, that's really cool. That Glenn not just has the energy of the rock stars, but like everybody, because we love him so much, both Winston and Glenn. Also, let's see, Apollo 3JP in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, my queen, my muse, my flame. Thank you for that laugh today, Apollo. 2022 has had some highest highs and lowest lows, but the beauty in life comes from perseverance. Keep showing up, keep working hard, keep moving. One of my New Year's resolutions to finally be graced with your presence. Cheers. All right, Apollo, we'll see. We'll see what the new year brings you. But I wish nothing but the best for all of the rock stars, you included, of course. Jimmy Nails in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar said, more to come, but right now I just want to say I love you all. Hold fast to those you love. Roxy, thank you for all you do. I love you and the rock stars so much. I have no words. If anyone wants to talk, I'm here and you know how to find me. Rest in peace, Ben. That's the great thing about the rock stars is that everybody is here. Jimmy said, Apollo said something smart. I'll be damned. Yeah. Guys, Apollo's grown on everybody. Don't even lie. when Apollo's not shamelessly throwing himself at me or Steph or saying something ridiculously fucked up, sometimes Apollo pulls out the good stops. Sam says Apollo always trying, LOL. Yeah. Okay, so thinking about some of the best moments of the year to everybody, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, super chat in. What have been some of your best things that have happened this year? Best moments of the year. I thought about how this was such a big year for my acting career. Always Lola being a huge deal this year for me. Between seeing it in Los Angeles at the Chinese Theater and at the premiere in Marina, being flown to Boston, put up in this beautiful hotel, all my family and friends from there showing up to go see Always Lola, you guys renting it when it was playing at festivals that you could see online, getting closer and staying close with that cast and with the director and producer, it doing well wherever it showed in Ohio. I think it played in Indiana this week. It's played in Vegas and a couple other spots, and me now being, and I know this sounds so fucking pompous and pretentious, but an award-winning actress for winning Best Ensemble, that being on my IMDb. So cool. I feel really, really, really good about that. Always Lola. And I'm excited for what that movie does in 2023. And I'm excited for my career in 2023 as well. You guys know for a long time I've been working towards making my own movie. And I really hope that 2023 is the year that I pull this off. I'm going to keep you guys posted about that soon. I'm really glad that I went live every day of December. One more day to go tomorrow. But I think that was really one of the best things I did this year. I don't know if you guys remember last year, we had a lot of people in the community commit suicide in December. not just this community, but just the online community and people in our lives, my life. And I just wanted to do a little bit of a part to hopefully be here for people so that they didn't feel alone this season. And I do think that being here every day was helpful for you guys, I hope, but also very helpful for me because I got through this season. I've been sick for the last week. I didn't see anybody for days. And yeah, that was really great. Another amazing year of World Girls. It's the little engine that could, man. The company that was like, just can't believe that I got Dorina to leave Google and Steph to leave her life and just start this fucking company with me and being in the third year. Who would have guessed? Really good. Really cool. I was able to spend 2 weeks with my family in September for, I think it was like 11 days for when Always Lola was there. And then I was also able to spend, I think it was another 11 days in November over Thanksgiving. So, that's, I think it was like 3.5 weeks that I was able to spend home this year, which was really, really great. My dad came out here for the first time to visit in 8 years. That was so huge for me. I was so, so grateful that he was out here. My sister and brother came out for Grammy and Papo's 75th anniversary. Grammy turned 95. Papo turned 97 this year. Some good, really big accomplishments. Silu Bonino in the Streamlabs, and I know your name isn't pronounced Silu, but you will always be Silu to me. The good one is that my HC will cover, and I think that's healthcare, will cover a new study so I can do an ADN review to see if I needed to do the full breast removal with the implants after, or just do a few sessions of chemo every day for a few months, all free, or every a few months, all free. Listen, I hope that the most important thing is that you get healthy, whatever that takes, and hopefully that you don't go broke doing that. And the fact that luckily it seems like in Argentina, you guys have your healthcare shit figured way better out than we do, apparently. Keep us posted on everything. We're thinking about you, and I'm glad that you are on top of this. ZB in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, also best prank episode combo of the year is Taco Crawl Candid Camera Punked episode. Great job. Thank you. I liked that one. It was definitely weird for the World Girls, but I enjoyed punking them for sure. It was fun. It was fun. And I think that they liked it too. It came out well. A lot of good episodes with the World Girls this year. I really like the Chapelinas one. Making Steph eat them. Fucking great. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Other things this year that were good. Let's talk a little bit about pop culture. Favorite TV shows. You guys know that was completely obsessed with Severance, just all consumed by Severance. I feel like Severance was just simply the best show of the year. There's a lot of other great shows I've talked about. I've done some of my favorite TV shows, but the one that recently I'm binging right now, and it ended this year, and I haven't caught up, but I'm flying through it, is Better Things. If you guys didn't watch this show, Pamela Adlon's show on FX Hulu, whew, this show is knocking me over like a shit ton of bricks, yo. I feel like it's a must watch. I think if I can finish it ASAP, it's definitely going to be on my best of list. A lot of great finales this year. Atlanta, final seasons. Sad to see some of the shows go, but some really good ones. I ended up loving House of the Dragon. Some great nerd shows this year. People loved Andor. I thought it was good. It wasn't one of my favorite of the year, but I'm happy that we got all the Star Wars stuff. Really cool. I love She-Hulk. A lot of Marvel shows. Peacemaker, a lot of great DC stuff as well. So for the nerds, what a cool time to be alive. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Let's see what's going on with you guys in here. Send in your favorites, the best of the year. I would love to hear from you. What did you like the most? I kept a list of all the shows I watched this year. I think I watched like 120 different shows, and that wasn't including Netflix specials, like all of the stand-up I watched. Do you guys put that in shows? Do you put it in movies? I never know where to. I don't know where to put it. I thought Ozark had a great finale. Another great season of Euphoria. I love the finale of Search Party. Great premieres for a lot of things other than Severance. I thought Yellow Jackets had an awesome first season. A lot of great reality shows this year too. I'm just binged the first 4 episodes of The Circle, but a lot of great dating shows too. Obsessed with Love is Blind, obsessed with Too Hot to Handle, obsessed with that weird ass fucking show Dated and Related. Loved watching Love Island, the UK version mostly. A lot of great scripted docu series this year. We Crashed was awesome. Winning Time. Loved The Dropout, Inventing Anna. Great comedies this year. Abbott Elementary. I mean, this year for TV was just so fucking simply stacked. So stacked. A lot of great documentaries in general too. Most recently, Pepsi Where's My Jet, Bizarro, but really into it. Welcome to Wrexham. I loved watching that. Yeah, and then I think it's more of a movie, but like I said, Stutz, so good. I mean, it is a movie. But when things are on Netflix, I kind of like it will always be a TV show, even though it's a movie, and that doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. I got to get out of that mindset. Austin Kramer in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says the best part of the year for me is after 2.5 years of not being able to find a job, I finally found one. And this is the first job I've ever had that is 100% the right fit for me. What a feeling. What a fucking feeling. Austin Kramer, I'm so happy for you. Feeling like not only did you find a job, but a job that's a great fit. Oh, that's amazing. What an awesome, awesome accomplishment. Apollo in the Streamlabs, what you got, Apollo? He says, hell yeah. Happy New Year to you as well. 2023 is going to be a great year. You're going to accomplish your goals. Start journaling. I did that this year. It's been great to reflect. Also, choose love, girl. I'm right here. Say the word, queen. And then he says, fuck Bumble. You don't need that noise. I'm not on Bumble. But I hear Bumble's cool. I appreciate you, my dude. Yeah, maybe 2023 is the year for love. Not with me and you, Apollo, but just in general. Maybe for you and maybe for me separately. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. We'll see how it pans out with Canada and everybody else. But in general, I'm not too concerned about that right now, which is a nice feeling. I was so concerned about it before. I am concerned about career. Ash in the Streamlabs says, I just finished season 2 of Warrior Nun. What's Warrior Nun? I'm glad they got to wrap up all the main plot points before getting canceled. Is that the same as Warrior? What's Warrior Nun? If they hadn't gotten a season 2, they would have been the worst cliffhangers of all time. Season 1 ends in the middle of a scene. A lot of your Streamlabs end in the middle of a scene. But that's cool. Warrior Nun is on Netflix. Wow, I've never heard of that. Yeah, Canada texted me. He's been texting me consistently. It just had been a few days where I hadn't heard from him. And I told you guys, I start to lose interest, which is not a good quality of mine. But when he texted me again, I was like, okay, no, this dude's cool. It's just also hard. We went on a first date a week and a half ago, and I don't think he's back here for another week. It's hard when you go on a first date and then there's 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks between then and when you see somebody again. It's hard to keep that like momentum, like that giddy feeling. We shall see. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Okay, what about movies, guys? Obviously, you guys know my number one is Marcel the Shell. And cool enough, I saw Marcel the Shell trending today. The Jews was also trending. Nightmare. Marcel the Shell was trending, and I was like, yeah, this is making a lot of people's top 10 lists, as it should. It has a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I feel like that's too low. This movie is fucking great. If you haven't seen it, I cannot recommend it enough. I think that it is such a must-watch movie of the year. It's so good. It's just excellent. I also liked a lot of other A24 stuff, but Everything Everywhere All at Once, It's on a bunch of people's top 10 lists. I see Top Gun on most people's top 10 lists, as it should be. I'm glad to see The Fablemans on some people's top 10 lists. This is definitely on my top 10. I also see a lot of people saying it's super overrated. I don't get that, man. It might not be for you, but the movie is just fucking great. A movie that's on my top 10 that's made a lot of other people's top 10 that I was surprised, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This movie was so fucking entertaining. Hold on. Sorry, sneezed so aggressively. That movie's so great. Glass Onion, the internet seems pissed about that movie. I don't get you guys. It was so fun. Stutz made my top 10 now. I love Stutz. Stutz. You know what I watched that I thought was fine? Banshees. I think I told you guys that. Banshees does not make my top 10. It was good. I loved Hustle. I loved Nope. I loved The Batman. I love The Black Phone. These are some of my favorites of the year. Still haven't seen Tar. Still haven't seen Whale. Still haven't seen Bones and All. Still haven't seen Pinocchio. So I'm missing some. Yeah, I'm missing some. Wow, Jake, you haven't seen Marcel the Shell? Do you give a fuck about me at all? What are you talking about? How? What? Other best of. Some of the concerts I went to were just so fucking great this year. So great. That Taylor Hawkins tribute show. What a beautiful show and tribute to him. Also, the Chili Pepper show I went to, fucking phenomenal. I believe that Alanis Morissette was this year. That was great. The Diana Ross show I went to, fucking crazy good. So lucky to have seen some different shows this year. Really great stuff. There wasn't as many great new releases for music for me, but there's been some. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Ash says, what? My Streamlabs would never. Ha 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 ha. Jimmy Nails in the Streamlabs says, this year has been rough, but I want to shout out some people in the chat. I'm so happy to have become family. Sina and Jake, thank you both. I got to work my dream job for months, even if it didn't work out. That's so nice that you're thanking Sina and Jake, two amazing, amazing people. And I'm glad that you were able to work your dream job. I remember it was your dream job, not under dream circumstances, though, not with dream people. And we had talked about some of that. And you never know. Dreams can change and alter and grow. And I'm glad that you had some great moments. I have a good feeling about 2023. We'll see how that plays out, Jimmy. Apollo in the Streamlab says, SMH, my heart skipped a beat before you clarified yourself. One day, girl, I just need to run into you at a bar. We'll be smitten. I don't really go to many bars anymore. Also, I haven't been here in a minute. Canada, dude is going to take on a date to Tim Hortons. You deserve the best. Oh my God, you hate all Canadians? What's wrong with you? Me using my sweatshirt to wipe my nose. Really, really sexy, Rox. Really sexy. Another Streamlabs from Jimmy Nails. Thank you, Jimmy, for the support. He said, inspired by you and the girls, I started a YouTube show with Sir Joker that has been amazing so far. Oh, I miss Sir Joker. Everything Everywhere All at Once, just fucking amazing. I'm so happy for the horror resurgence TV. I've watched 8 seasons of Drag Race this year. Oh my God, Jimmy. I didn't know you binged 8 seasons this year. Also, the web show. What is this? Nah. UNHHHHH. Nah. Is that how you say that? I don't know that show. Tell me more. Tell me more. Ryan Payne says, goodbye and rest in peace, my dear friend, or just my friend, Ben Rayner. I will miss you dearly. I'm grateful I got to co-host Mount Schmodown, our YouTube show, for a year and a half. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ryan. I will treasure getting to rewatch and talk Schmodown matches with you and the many friends we made. All that matters. It does. It's what makes somebody's life. What a beautiful tribute. Thank you for sending that, Ryan. All right, my friends. Those were some of my bests. Close out the show in the chat. Just write some of your Jimmy says it's like a sexy noise. I can't think of as a sexy noise. Or like, oh. Give me some of your best in the chat. I'm going to read them as I sign out of here. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much for joining me for the show. I'll be back tomorrow for the last day of December. Show up to show out. Faux show. Streamlabs in after the fact or now. Let me see what some of your best are. Murderanta says Nola Holmes 2 is a recommendation from me. Not Rexamora says Happy New Year. And then also, I'll just remind you guys, stay safe, stay sane, put down the toilet seat and lid. You don't want those flumes. Don't remember the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice, wherever you're on the rainbow. We love you. We stand with the women of Iran, some of the bravest women we've ever seen. We're thinking about you, Glenn Caesar. Golden sparkles, always and always. Ben Rayner, we love you. May you rest in peace. Gone way too soon. And you are such a major part of this community, and you will not be forgotten. To all of you guys in here, Greg says everything everywhere all at once. Cena says the best thing that happened to me is Jimmy Nails. That's so fucking cute. Mohammed says take care. Silu sending love. Robin says Banshees was one, and obviously everything everywhere all at once. Sam says I want to do a watch along for Barbarian. I think we might watch it tonight, actually. Ryan says getting hired for acting gig is my personal best. That's amazing. Scott says favorite movie, The Batman. Favorite album, The Car. Arctic Monkeys. Cool. Mark says Marcel comes to cinemas in February. You got to go. And Jake says I'll watch Marcella Shell tonight. Will you? Do it right now. So much love to all you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 31 in a row. Okay, later.